Hey everyone, so olive oil. Yeah, I know, it sounds like another health trend that'll be forgotten by next year, right? But here's the thing that blew my mind when I started researching this topic. We're not talking about some new superfood that just got discovered. We're talking about something that's been literally called liquid gold for thousands of years. And now, modern science is finally catching up to what ancient civilizations already knew. I'm talking about the kind of research that makes you stop scrolling through your phone and actually pay attention, like this study from Harvard that followed people for 28 years and found something pretty incredible. People who consumed the most olive oil had a 19% lower risk of dying during the study period, compared to those who rarely or never consumed olive oil. 28 years, people! That's not some quick 2-week study. That's following people through marriages, career changes, kids, grandkids, and everything in between. But before you start chugging olive oil like it's some magic potion, let me break down exactly what's happening inside your body when you consume this stuff, because the science is absolutely fascinating. Alright, so picture this. You take a tablespoon of olive oil, and within minutes, your body kicks into gear, like some incredibly sophisticated chemistry lab. The first thing that happens is pretty immediate. The majority of fats in olive oil are monounsaturated fatty acids, which increase levels of good cholesterol while lowering bad cholesterol. But that's just the opening act. What really gets interesting is the polyphenols. These are compounds that sound like something out of a chemistry textbook, but they're basically your body's personal bodyguards. Olive oil contains antioxidants and vitamins such as vitamin K and vitamin E, plus polyphenols that provide anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Think of inflammation as your body's fire alarm system. Sometimes it's helpful, like when you cut your finger and need healing. But chronic inflammation is like having that alarm going off 247 for no reason. And that's where a lot of health problems start. Here's where it gets really cool. Studies have shown olive oil reduces lipids and blood pressure, all of which are helpful for your heart. Your cardiovascular system basically gets a tune-up every time you consume quality olive oil. It's like giving your heart a mini spa day. But wait, there's more. And this one really got my attention. A 2024 review found that olive oil may reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by reducing beta-amyloid plaques, neuroinflammation, and oxidative stress. Your brain, that 3-pound miracle that's processing these words, right now, gets protection from one of the scariest diseases of our time. That's not just impressive, that's life-changing. So why is everyone from your health-conscious friend to world-renowned cardiologists talking about olive oil? It comes down to something called the Mediterranean diet. But here's what most people don't realize. Studies have shown a link between lower risks of cardiovascular disease, some cancers, and even dementia in people who consume higher amounts of olive oil. We're not talking about small improvements here. We're talking about the kind of health benefits that can literally add years to your life and life to your years. The research is so compelling that major medical institutions are now recommending it as a primary fat source, not just a cooking oil. But here's the thing that really separates olive oil from every other health trend out there. It's not about restriction, it's about addition. You're not cutting out entire food groups or surviving on celery sticks. You're adding something delicious that happens to be incredibly good for you. Now, let's get real about who should be incorporating more olive oil into their diet. If you're dealing with high cholesterol, this is your friend. If heart disease runs in your family, pay attention. If you're concerned about cognitive decline as you age, olive oil should probably be on your radar. People with inflammatory conditions like arthritis often see improvements when they increase their olive oil consumption. If you're someone who struggles with blood pressure issues, the research suggests this could be part of your solution toolkit. However, and this is important, it's not a free-for-all situation. Excessive consumption may lead to weight gain, diarrhea, allergic reactions, and indigestion. If you have gallbladder issues, you need to talk to your doctor first, because high-fat foods can trigger problems. And if you're on blood-thinning medications, olive oil's natural blood-thinning properties could potentially interact with your medication. Here's a reality check that might surprise you. A University of Florida study suggests consuming small amounts of olive oil may be healthier than consuming larger amounts. More isn't always better. We're talking about 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, not drowning your food in it. This is where it gets tactical. And honestly, this part changed how I think about consuming olive oil entirely. The best time to consume olive oil is actually on an empty stomach, preferably in the morning. Why? because your body can absorb those beneficial compounds more efficiently without competing with other foods. Some people swear by taking a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil first thing in the morning, followed by a glass of water. It sounds intense, but many report feeling more energized and experiencing better digestive health. For cooking, here's something crucial. Olive oil has a smoke point, and when you heat it beyond that point, you start destroying those beneficial compounds we talked about. Extra virgin olive oil is best for low to medium heat, cooking, salad dressings, and drizzling over finished dishes. For high heat cooking, you're better off using oils with higher smoke points and adding olive oil after cooking. Avoid consuming large amounts of olive oil right before intense physical activity. Your body needs time to process fats, and consuming too much too close to a workout can leave you feeling sluggish or cause digestive discomfort. All right, this is the part everyone wants to know about. What actually happens when you start incorporating olive oil into your daily routine? Week 1 is interesting because you might not notice dramatic changes, but your body is already getting to work. Many people report improved digestion and more regular bowel movements. It's not glamorous, but it's important. Your gut health is connected to almost every other aspect of your health. The 1-month mark is where things get really interesting. This is typically when blood work starts showing changes. Your cholesterol profile might improve, with LDL bad cholesterol decreasing and HDL good cholesterol increasing. Your inflammation markers might also start trending downward. 3 months is the sweet spot for many people. This is when the cardiovascular benefits really start becoming apparent. Blood pressure improvements are commonly seen around this time frame. Some people report feeling more mentally sharp, which could be related to the brain protective compounds we talked about earlier. Long-term consumption, we're talking 6 months to years, is where the really impressive stuff happens. The longevity research, the disease prevention benefits, the cognitive protection, these are the changes that don't just improve how you feel day to day, but potentially add healthy years to your life. Let's get practical, because knowing all this research doesn't help. If you don't know how to actually use olive oil in your daily life, here are some simple strategies that don't require becoming a gourmet chef. The morning shot method: 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil on an empty stomach, followed by a glass of water and a squeeze of lemon. The lemon helps with the taste and adds vitamin C. Start with a teaspoon if a full tablespoon seems too intense. Make your own salad dressing. Store-bought dressings are often loaded with processed oils and additives. Mix olive oil with balsamic vinegar, a touch of mustard, some minced garlic, salt, and pepper. You'll never go back to bottled dressing. Drizzle it on everything after cooking: roasted vegetables, grilled fish, soups, even avocado toast. The key is adding it after the cooking process to preserve those beneficial compounds. Try olive oil ice cream. Yes, this is a real thing, and it's surprisingly delicious. High-quality extra virgin olive oil has a fruity, sometimes peppery flavor that works beautifully in desserts. Bread dipping is a classic for a reason. Skip the butter and opt for good olive oil with a pinch of sea salt and maybe some crushed red pepper flakes. Look, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that olive oil is going to solve all your health problems. That would be irresponsible and honestly, pretty ridiculous. But what I will tell you is that the research is incredibly compelling, and the risk-to-benefit ratio is heavily skewed toward benefit for most people. We're talking about something that's been safely consumed by humans for thousands of years, that's delicious, versatile, and happens to be backed by an impressive amount of scientific research. The links between olive oil consumption and reduced risks of cardiovascular disease, some cancers, and dementia are well established. The key is quality and moderation. We're talking extra virgin olive oil, not the processed stuff. We're talking about 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, not drowning your food in it. And we're talking about consistency, making it a regular part of your routine, rather than going overboard for a week and then forgetting about it. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into olive oil. Until next time, stay curious and stay healthy.